OpenClaw upgrades are insane. You have been sleeping on this tool. And if you have not updated it yet, you are missing out on serious upgrades. Most people install OpenClaw once, get excited, and never dig into what it can actually do. Big mistake. Because right now, after everything that just dropped in version 2.26, what you have installed is not the same tool it was a month ago. Stay with me, because I am going to break down every major fix and upgrade, what it actually means for your workflows, and there is one new security feature in particular that every single person running OpenClaw on a server needs to know about right now. Hey, I am Ava, and I help people learn how to actually use AI tools, not just install them and forget about them. If that is what you are here for, make sure you subscribe because we cover this stuff every week. Now let us talk OpenClaw. If you are brand new to OpenClaw, here is the quick version. It is a free, open-source personal AI agent that runs on your own device. You connect it to a large language model, Claude, GPT, DeepSeek, Grok, local models, whatever you prefer, and it becomes available through the messaging apps you already use. WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Discord, Signal, iMessage, Teams. It does not just answer questions, it takes actions. Emails, calendar, web browsing, file management, background automation. The project was created by Austrian software developer Peter Steinberger, who has described it as something he built while coming back from retirement to mess with AI. It started as a simple personal tool and grew into one of the fastest growing open source projects on GitHub, passing 100,000 stars in under a month and now sitting at over 230,000 stars. That kind of growth does not happen unless a tool is genuinely useful. And if you follow the project at all, you know it has had a wild journey just to get to its current name. It launched under the name ClaudeBot, then had to rebrand to Moltbot after trademark pressure, then settled on OpenClaw. Peter even reached out to OpenAI directly to make sure the new name would be fine. It has been chaotic, but the project survived and it is stronger for it. Now let us get into what version 2.26 actually changes. The single most important fix in this update is cron jobs. Think of these as scheduled tasks you set up once and OpenClaw runs automatically. Daily briefings, monitoring alerts, recurring research. This is what makes OpenClaw more than a chat tool you have to babysit. Until 2.26, cron jobs had serious reliability problems. The update logs confirm duplicate delivery issues, where the same task would attempt to send multiple times. There were silent failures happening after restarts where jobs would disappear into nothing. Cron jobs were also not correctly honoring multi-account routing setups, meaning tasks would go to the wrong account or not deliver at all. And there was a duplicate announce guard issue where cron summaries would fire twice in uncertain delivery paths. Version 2.26 fixes all of this. Queue drain reliability is improved. Multi-account routing now correctly honors explicit delivery settings. The duplicate announce guard now tracks attempted delivery separately from confirmed delivery to prevent double sends. This is a huge operational improvement. If you rely on OpenClaw for any kind of recurring automation, this update directly affects how reliable that automation is. Now let us talk about the security upgrades, because this update has a lot of them. In fact, the release notes list more than a dozen separate security fixes. The most urgent ones involve the gateway authentication system. The update fixes a vulnerability where unpaired devices could self-assign operator-level access using shared token authentication. That is a serious issue, and it is now patched. There are also fixes for WebSocket authentication, with origin checks now enforced more broadly and password failure throttling applied to local browser connections to prevent brute force attempts. For anyone using Microsoft Teams, there is a fix for a cross-conversation file upload vulnerability where a pending file upload could be accepted by the wrong conversation if an upload ID was leaked. That is also patched. And there are multiple fixes across Signal, Discord, Slack, Telegram, Nextcloud Talk, Line, and IRC, all tightening up how authorization is checked before reaction events and system events are processed. Basically, a whole range of ways unauthorized senders could slip in through side channel inputs are now closed off. The path handling for agent file access has also been hardened. Symlink escapes and hardlink bypasses that could have allowed an agent to read or write files outside its workspace are now blocked. If you have been putting off updating, the security fixes alone are reason enough to do it now. Quick pause here. When I first started going deep on OpenClaw, I was genuinely overwhelmed. There is so much to configure. That is when I found AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 members all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. Real use cases, practical implementations, no hype. If you are serious about using AI to improve your work and skills, check it out. Link is in the description. Back to the update. Let us talk about something that a lot of people deal with and probably never trace back to the root cause, and that is the typing indicator getting stuck. If you have ever seen the typing indicator in Discord or Telegram just sit there forever after a response finishes, that is a known bug. Version 2.26 includes 3 separate fixes targeting exactly this problem across different scenarios. Stuck indicators after idle cleanup, indicators not clearing after empty responses or agent errors, and indicators leaking across channels. All 3 cases are now fixed with proper cleanup logic on every exit path. Small thing on paper, genuinely annoying in practice. Good to see it addressed. There are also a few things in this release that do not make headlines but affect how the tool behaves in practical use. Agent model fallback logic has been significantly improved. If your primary model hits a rate limit or goes into cooldown, OpenClaw now handles fallback traversal much more reliably. It correctly classifies rate limit errors, keeps fallback chains active when the session model differs from the configured primary, and continues trying remaining candidates instead of stopping on an unrecognized error. For Telegram users, there is a fix for text previews being deleted when a later message in the same turn was media only. Your final text response was visible for a moment, then vanishing. That is now fixed. And the Android app has received meaningful improvements this release too. Streaming delivery handling is better. Markdown rendering quality in the native chat UI is improved, including better behavior for GitHub-flavored Markdown. Startup performance has also been optimized, with foreground service startup deferred and WebView debugging initialization moved out of the critical startup path. Before you update, there is one thing you need to check first. The default behavior for Heartbeat Direct Delivery has changed. In version 2.26.24, it was set to blocked by default. In 2.26.25, it reverts back to allow. If you deliberately configured it to block direct delivery in the previous version and you want to keep that behavior, you need to set the agents.defaults heartbeat direct policy value to block manually before or after updating. If you do not check this, your setup may behave differently than you expect after the update. Also worth noting, if you are running any multi-sender DM configurations or using legacy OAuth version 1 authentication, review the migration documentation before updating. There are changes that affect those setups, and you want to know about them in advance. So to wrap up, this is a stability and security release, not a flashy features drop. But for a tool you are relying on to run automated workflows, that is exactly what matters. Cron jobs are more reliable. Security is significantly tightened. Platform behavior across Discord, Telegram, Slack, and Android is cleaner, and model fallback logic is smarter. If you have been putting off updating, now is the time. If you are looking to go deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences. What is working, what is not. Which tools are worth your time, which ones to skip, no hype, just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It has helped me stay on top of updates like this one and figure out how to actually apply them. Link is in the description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and over 100 AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You will get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 58,000 members who are genuinely getting results with AI. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one.